Hello, welcome to Analog Circuit Design online lecture series. Myself Reema Rawal from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology in the Department of Electronics and Communication. Now, in this session, we are going to see the topic Wien Bridge Oscillator from the unit oscillators. In the previous session, we have seen the first type of oscillator, that is RC phase shift oscillator. Now, let us see the Wien Bridge oscillator in this session. So, as we have seen the basic RC network in RC phase shift oscillator, same way in the Wien Bridge oscillator, the basic Wien Bridge circuit is that. So, here the Wien Bridge circuit is indicated. As the name says, it is a bridge circuit. It has the bridge components used. First one, bridge input is given to the AC arms. You can see that the AB arm consists of resistance R3, the BC arm consists of the resistance R4, AD arm consists of the series combination of resistance and capacitors R1 and C1, the CD arm consists of the parallel combination of resistors and capacitors R2 and C2, and from BD we can get the bridge output. So this is the basic Wien Bridge circuit. And along with this, different active devices are connected, that may be BJT, FET or op-amp, to obtain Wien Bridge oscillators. Now, as you can see here, series combination and parallel combination of resistance and capacitors are in two arms of this bridge circuit, that is AD arm and CD arm. These two arms are called as the frequency sensitive arms because these two decides the output frequency range. Okay, so if you want to find the output frequency, these two arms are concerned for that. So now let us derive the expression for the feedback factor and output frequency for Wien Bridge circuit. So here in this diagram, the same Wien Bridge circuit is used, but here we are using AD and CD or BD arm only for frequency generation, which are frequency sensitive arms. So input Vin is given to AD, AB or AC arm, and feedback voltage is obtained from VD arm. Okay. First one is the series combination of R1 C1 that we are using as Z1. Second is the parallel combination of R2 C2 that we are calling as Z2. Okay. So now let us see what is the feedback factor. So feedback factor formula is what? Beta equals to Vf by Vin, where Vf is feedback voltage and Vin is the input voltage. Let us give this as equation number 1. Now, here Vf, that is feedback voltage, it is given as Z2 upon Z1 plus Z2 into Vin. Okay? And beta equals to Vf by Vin. So we can say that it is given as Z2 upon Z1 plus Z2. This is equation number 3. Okay? Now, let us obtain the expressions of Z1 and Z2. So we can substitute it in equation number 3 and obtain the value of feedback factor beta. So, as we have seen here, Z1 is the series combination of R1 C1 and Z2 is the parallel combination of R2 C2. So, Z1 is given as R1 plus 1 by j omega C1, that is equals to 1 plus j omega R1 C1 upon j omega C1, equation number 4. And Z2 is the parallel combination of R2 x C2, that is R2 parallel with 1 by j omega C2. Now, Z2 is given as, if we simplify it, it will be R2 upon 1 plus j omega R2 C2, that is equation number 5. If we substitute the values of Z1 and Z2 in equation number 3, that is this equation, in which we will place values of Z1 and Z2 that we have obtained, then we will get beta, that is equals to R2 upon 1 plus j omega R2 C2 divided by addition of this 2. So here in this, if we place j omega equals to S, so this equation will reduce to beta, that is equals to R2 upon 1 plus S R2C2, where we have used j omega equals to S. And here in denominator we will have 1 plus S R1C1 upon SC1 plus R2 upon 1 plus S R2C2. Okay? Simply we have placed in this equation j omega equals to S. Now, if we simplify this, we will get beta that is equals to S R1C2 S C1R2 divided by 1 plus S R1C1 into 1 plus S R2C2 plus S R2C2. Here, if we take S common, then we will have the second term S in the bracket R1C1 plus R2C2 plus R2C1 plus S square R1R2 C1C2. Let us give this as equation number 6. Now let us resubstitute S equals to j omega. So this equation will be reduced to this, and if we take the imaginary part different and the real part common, we will get beta equals to j omega C1R2 divided by 1 minus omega square R1R2 C1 C2 plus j omega in the bracket will have R1 C1 plus R2 C2 plus R2 C1. Let us give this as equation number 7. Now, if we rationalize the equation, that means we are dividing and multiplying with the conjugate of this, we will get this term. Let us give this as equation number 8. Now, as mentioned, the phase shift introduced by the Wien bridge circuit at the desired output frequency should be 0 degree. So for that, the imaginary part should be 0. So in this imaginary part, if we take 0, we will have omega C1 R2 into 1 minus omega square R1 R2 C1, so that is equals to 0. So we will have the condition omega square, that should be equals to 1 by R1 R2 C1 C2. So if you want to find the value of omega, that will be what? That will be equals to 1 by under root of R1 R2 C1 C2. And we know that omega equals to 2 pi f. So if you want to find the equation of frequency, we will have f that is equals to 1 by 2 pi under root of R1 R2 C1 C2. This is the frequency for this circuit. Now if we take the resistors values and capacitor values equal, that means if we take R1 equals to R2 equals to R and C1 equals to C2 equals to C in this equation, okay. So we will have output frequency or oscillation frequency will be 1 by 2 pi RC. Okay, remember that the frequency of output oscillations or oscillator frequency is given as 1 by 2 pi RC for this case. Now, at the oscillator frequency f, the value of feedback factor beta is 1 by 3 for this case. So, we should have A beta product greater than or equals to 1. So, amplifier gain should be greater than or equals to 3 for Wien bridge oscillator. Okay, that was 29 for RC phase shift oscillator. Okay. Now let us see Wien bridge oscillator using a transistor first. Then we will see using FET, and then we will see using op-amp. So here, as you can see, the first part in this is Wien bridge and the second part is amplifier. So here we have used 2 CE amplifier. Why? Because we want the positive feedback concept. That means we don't want any phase shift at the output side. Okay. In the RC phase shift network that we have seen, in that RC basic network introduced the phase shift of 180 degree and the CE introduced phase shift of another 180 degree. So they compensate with each other and we get the output phase shift 0 degree. But here the Wien bridge basic circuit does not introduce any phase shift. So in order to have the phase shift 360 degree or 0 degree at the output side, we need to use 2 CE amplifier stages. One will introduce 180 degree phase shift and the another one will introduce another 180 degree to make it 360 degree at the output of 0 degree. So that's why we have used 2 CE amplifiers here, that means 2 CE transistors, BJTs, and here we are getting the output voltage VO. So this is the circuit diagram using transistor, BJTs. We have used 2 BJT over here and the Wien bridge basic circuit. Okay, output of which is given to the input of these transistors. Now, same way, let us see the Wien bridge oscillator using FET. So here we have used two field effect transistors, and the first part indicates the Wien bridge circuit having series combination of resistors capacitor and parallel combination of resistor capacitor. Output of which is given to two field effect transistors. Here CC indicates the coupling capacitor. Okay, and CS stands for source capacitors for FET terminals. Now, next is design of Wien bridge oscillator. So, for designing of Wien bridge oscillators, these are two conditions or parameters that should be considered. First one is that the feedback factor is 1/3 at the frequency of oscillations, and the second one is that the gain has to be greater than or equals to 3, that is mod A should be greater than or equals to 3 for ensuring the sustained oscillations. Okay. Now, third one is Wien bridge oscillator using op-amp. So we have seen two circuits. First active device was BJT, second one was FET, and now the third we are using op-amp as the active device. So here, as you can see, for the non-inverting terminal, Wien bridge circuit is given, which is a combination of series RC pair and parallel RC pair, and here we are getting the output. Okay, here RF feedback resistor is equals to the value of R3 and input resistance R1 is equals to value of R4. Okay, so the output frequency for this will be equals to 1/2 pi RC that we have seen earlier. And if we want to find out the amplifier gain, so the value of amplifier gain A will be equals to 1 plus R3 by R4, because as you can see over here, for the inverting case we have the resistance values RF, R1 which is equals to R3 and R4. So for this the amplifier gain is 1 plus R3 by R4. Okay. Now let us see the advantages of Wien bridge oscillator. First advantage is that the variation in the oscillator frequency is easy to achieve because only two capacitors or resistors are to be simultaneously varied. In phase shift oscillator, we have to change 3 of them at a time. That is not in this case. That is the first advantage. Second one is that here a very good quality sine wave can be obtained at the oscillator output. Now, let us see the disadvantages of Wien bridge oscillator. So, first disadvantage is that it has poor frequency stability, as the oscillator frequency is dependent only on the values of R and C components. And the second one is that more number of amplifier stages are required to be used for the Wien bridge oscillator circuits using transistors or FETs. I hope that Wien bridge circuit or Wien bridge oscillator concept is clear to you now. We have seen the basic Wien bridge circuit. We have derived the formula of feedback factor for that and output frequency, which is 1/2 pi RC. Then we have seen the Wien bridge oscillator using BJT, then using FET, and then using op-amp. Okay? These are the references for this. Thank you. Thank you for listening.